September the 29th, 2006, in São José dos Campos, Brazil.
3, 2, 1!
It's a big day at Embraer headquarters. The Brazilian aviation firm has just sold a brand new private jet to XLR, a US charter company. The price tag, $25 million.
It's a beautiful airplane, and there was a beautiful little ceremony that Embraer had in the hangar just before we got on the plane. And the guys from XLR were particularly proud.
The Legacy is a modified regional jet. The cabin redesigned for comfort. It can seat up to 13 people. And in its first 4 years of service, Embraer has delivered almost 100 of these sleek business jets. XLR will use the jet to fly customers around the world. But first, the company has to get the plane up to the United States. Joseph Lepore and Jan Palladino will be at the controls for the jet's maiden voyage. They've been down in Brazil for a couple of weeks, getting familiar with the new plane. Joe Sharkey
From the Embraer tour.
Brasilia, November 600, X-ray Lima.
But in the cockpit, Palladino is having trouble getting back in touch with air traffic controllers in Brasilia.
Brasilia, November 600, X-ray Lima.
He can't raise controllers on the frequency he used almost an hour ago. He tries other channels.
Brasilia, November 600, X-ray Lima. Brasilia, November 600, X-ray Lima.
November 600, X-ray Lima.
After 12 attempts, Palladino finally gets in touch with Brasilia ACC, this time with a different controller who provides radio frequencies for future contact.
Contact 123.32. 26.5.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last two. Sorry, say frequency one more time for November 600, X-ray Lima.
The Legacy loses radio contact again.
Brasilia, November 600, X-ray Lima.
As the pilots try to restore communication with Brasilia, the plane continues to power through the sky. It's just minutes before 5 o'clock.
Suddenly there was the loudest bang I've ever heard in my life. The concussion itself seemed to affect every atom in my body.
What the hell is that?
Just fly the airplane, dude.
They're an emergency. Sit down back there!
No one's sure what's happened to the jet. But when Joe Sharkey looks out of the window, he's stunned by what he sees.
The end of the wing was chopped off and it was serrated. It looked like it had been chewed off. It became clear that we were in very, very big trouble.
XLR Vice President Ralph McHaley rushes to the window for a look at the damage.
I said to Ralph, "How bad is it?" And he looked at me and he said, "It's bad."
With more experience flying this type of plane, co-pilot Palladino takes over control of the limping jet.
Just let me fly the thing, dude. All right? We're descending. I want to get down.
Okay, it's yours.
The crew still can't make contact with controllers.
November 600, X-ray Lima, declare an emergency. Do we have a wingtip? No! Damn it.
The entire tip of the Legacy's wing is breaking up. That affects airflow and is making the plane hard to control.
Yeah, you doing okay?
As the plane begins to descend, passengers in the back are worried that the damaged wing is getting worse.
Our main concern was that wing, but it had taken such a hit that the structural integrity of the wing was obviously in question. The leading edge was separating.
With so much damage to the wing, the pilots can't turn sharply. Too much stress could rip the wing right off.
We were in a position where we realized we were going to die. I thought of my wife, and I thought, well, okay, one thing I can do is I can write a note to my wife, which I did. I took out my reporter's notebook, and I wrote, a short note saying that I loved her and that, just saying what I could.
The Amazon is a bad place to have to land a plane. It's a dense jungle for as far as the eye can see.
There's nothing down there but trees. And I thought, where are they going to put this airplane down?
Just hours into its maiden voyage, the badly damaged jet is going down. Palladino and Lepore's flying will soon be analyzed and debated throughout Brazil. The verdict against them will be harsh.
Please answer, November 600, X-ray Lima.
The crew of the Legacy jet searches desperately for a place to land their crippled plane. Captain Joseph Lepore finds a small military base on his chart.
November 600, X-ray Lima, we have an emergency.
State your emergency.
November 600, X-ray Lima, declaring an emergency. We need to land at Sierra Bravo Charlie Charlie. Is that your airport?
Affirmative.
Do you know how long your runway is?
2600 meters.
Stand by. 2600, that's good, right? 8,000 feet? Okay, we're coming in. We're declaring an emergency. This is November 600, X-ray Lima. Did you see something? Something hit us.
2,600 meters is more than long enough to land the Legacy, but the crew doesn't know how the plane will respond when it touches down.
The canopy of green, there was a slash of brown, 2 miles away. I heard Joe say, "There's an airport."
Sierra Bravo, we see you. We're coming in.
Finding an airport was a stroke of luck, but the crew's troubles are far from over. Now they have to get the damaged jet safely on the ground. Palladino and Lepore can't configure their plane for a routine landing.
Hold it. Let's dump the flaps at the top of the flare, right? So give me 9 on the flare. 9.
Extending flaps increases the size of the wing. Since a bigger wing can generate more lift, pilots can slow down to land.
You good? Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
With all the damage they've sustained, the crew doesn't want to put too much pressure on their wing. They won't be able to extend their flaps until the last moment. They'll have to land faster than usual.
Everyone sit down back there.
When you land under those sort of circumstances, you're landing faster than you normally would. And you get a real appreciation of just how fast an airplane is actually moving, because you're coming down like gangbusters. I see these trees now, at ground level, just sort of, they look almost like a movie with one of those moving backgrounds. And I'm thinking, I hope this runway doesn't run out.
Got it.
Palladino hits the brakes hard.
Good. Good. You got it. Hold it.
Then finally the plane begins to slow.
Good job. Oh, man.
And then finally, we just did come to a halt. There's that beautiful silence that occurs when the engines are shut down, and everything was just quiet.